Yeah, well, hey, man, with me, I didn't know I was watching anime when I was a kid. I was just watching stuff that I thought were cartoons, and later I found out they were anime, like Voltron and things like that, or Vampire Hunter D and stuff. And
oh, we did the subtitles for Vampire Hunter.
Oh, did you? Okay. So see, I was watching Vampire Hunter D, and I'm like, man, those women do a lot of thinking in the shower. What's going on? This is a weird cartoon. But no, when I was a kid, I was raised on television and film because I'm an only child, and so I watched, but it wasn't cartoons. I watched, Mary Poppins, Pee Wee Herman, E.T., those kinds of things over and over.
You watched Entertainment Tonight over and over again?
Yeah, and so I was watching these things over and over again, and that's kind of where I was getting my exposure to just the industry in general, not just anime. And so it kind of continued on there. When I got older, I loved video games, so I would play a ton of video games, and I'd be in my room, recording. I had a little recorder, and I would record all the voices. Like I watched Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark, and I'd go through the whole movie with me being all the characters. Then I would record the whole thing, and my buddy would come over and he would do some of the voices and things like that. It was just because that's what we were doing for fun. Because we don't, I don't know, we could have done 1,000 things, but that's what we were doing. So while you guys were out on dates and stuff, I was in my room recording myself doing movies. So
important movies?
Yeah, they were. That was when I got to high school. And so, but then, so I just kept with it, and I stuck with it, and never in a million years did I imagine that I would, you can't, I don't think anyone knows how things are going to turn out. So when for example, when people win awards for, like an Academy Award or an Oscar for their acting or best sound design, it's not just that one person. It takes a million things to go just right for you to get to that place. And it takes a million people, it takes an army to make one person reach their goal. And so, for me, it started with theater. I began in theater and stage acting when I was young, and stuck with that. And my mom would take me to rehearsals and take me to different plays, and I would do plays at school. And we moved around a lot, so I would do theater and wherever I was, stuck with it. And so I don't know, she quite understood why I was doing all that, but she was very supportive of it. And so I stuck with it. And then when I went to high school, I stuck with it there, and I was getting lead roles, and I was winning acting awards and stuff, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe there's something to this. And so I would get out to directing and writing plays and things like that, and that took me into college where I did those things also, because originally in college, I was going to LA right after high school, and my mom was like, okay, here's the deal. You're not going to go to LA. You're going to go to school. And I was like, no, Mom, I want to go to LA, and I want to blah, 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 blah. She goes, okay, well, guess what? If you go to LA, bye-bye. Tell me how it goes. See ya. Or you go to college, and I'll take care of college for you. Just go get an education. And that was one of the best. That was such a smart thing for her to do. Smart decision. Because a lot of times, you see a lot of parents that are like, want to be your buddy. They want to be your friend, and they want to support the things that you do. She was supporting what I was doing, but in a way that I wouldn't see the logic of till a lot later, if that makes sense. And so I went to college instead, and man, I thought I knew everything. I thought I knew so much more than my professors that were like at Utah Shakespeare Festival tearing it up and working with the Royal Shakespeare Company and teaching at AMDA and teaching at Yale and all this kind of stuff. I thought I knew so much more than them. I walked in there and go, what you got to teach me? I'm going to teach you some things. Boom! And they go, boom, get in my office and get out. So I almost got kicked out of college because I thought I knew so much more. And there are kids that are walking around these very hallways thinking they know so much more than everybody else. And that's cool. That's what you do when you're a kid. But you quickly get swatted down to the ground, and they teach you, go straighten up or you get out. And so I had to get my act together. And it was good those years of college because it basically honed the fanboy. It honed it. It sharpened it to a tool, because at the time, the fanboy was like silly putty. Silly putty ain't gonna hurt anybody, but if you shape silly putty into a shank and freeze it, now it's a stabbing weapon. So that's what I had to do. And I must have killed 30 people in college. But it was all in the name of art. Anyway, so I went to college and I did that, and I got into filmmaking, and I kept with the theater, and I would produce. I became a producer in college because I would produce music festivals. I would look around at college and I'd be like, wow, everyone's a really talented musician. Why is there no music festival? This school's been around since 1912. What's going on? So I made one, and I got people to come do it. There were other plays that there weren't plays being done in the area that I thought that were entertaining to me at the time, so I wrote them, and then we did them. And so we made our own opportunities. It's kind of like what Jonathan was talking about. He made his own opportunities. And so he took something that he was passionate about and turned it into a lifestyle and a career choice. And that's kind of what I did as well, in a different way.
But